Hello, kings and queens, queens and kings. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a few things I'd like to share. I'd like to share my latest creation, and I'd also like to share my jar of affirmations with you. I'm excited about this one because I spent about an hour writing these all out yesterday. And I was thinking about how there's messages in here and affirmations in here that I know somebody needs to hear. So I'm excited to shuffle and pick them out one by one. I hope that's a good sound for you. But first, I'd like to show you what I made. So, I drew out the elements with the yin-yang symbol in the middle. And I drew all this out in pencil, then I painted it, then I outlined it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I like to consider the elements very sacred and powerful, and I consider them a very big part of us, who we are. And of course, I don't have an element here for ether or the divine or spirit, but I put a little yin-yang here in the middle to kind of symbolize that anyway. I also believe that each element is conscious in one way or another. And I believe it's important to acknowledge each one as sacred and important. So, yeah, there's my creation. I hope you like it, and I hope it inspires you to pick up some paper and a pencil or pens and have at it. Go for it. Do whatever. Doesn't matter. It's fun. It's a meditation, that's for sure. Okay. Let's move on to affirmations, my lovely jar of affirmations. Or maybe it's a vase because it doesn't have a lid. Okay. Let's give it a good shuffle. Okay, let's pick out first one. First message is set healthy boundaries. There we go. Set healthy boundaries. So, I believe setting healthy boundaries is very important for our mental and emotional selves. When I was younger, I had an issue saying no, and I clearly remember as a child being in grade school. I think it was grade 2 or 3, where this girl in my class kept wanting me to come over to her house. And at first it was fun, right? But then I didn't want to go after the second or third day in a row. So she'd ask me every morning, and I'd say yes. And one day I said yes to her invitation, and when it was pickup time, I said I had to ask my mom if I could go. And when my mom got there, I just ran into the car and closed the door. And my mom was like, oh, I guess she doesn't want to go. So that pretty much sums up my life up until adulthood. I did eventually learn to say no when I wanted to say no, but if anyone else out there can relate, that is a very good example of learning to set boundaries, healthy boundaries that put yourself first. As I've said in other videos, you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you can help anybody else. So, if you need attention, if you need healing, if you need love, which we all do, then set healthy boundaries so you can give yourself that attention, that healing, and that love. Okay. I'm just gonna move this over. Those are the sprinklers outside. You are successful. You are successful. So I'm willing to bet there is at least one aspect in your life where you are successful. Even if that's being successful as in waking up every morning. As simple as that, you succeeded, you survived. You survived, you made it another day, you are successful. You're still breathing. It can come down to that simple success. If nothing else. But I'm willing to bet there's more, a lot more in your life that you are successful at. And it's good to reflect on what those things can be. Maybe you're overlooking the success in your life because they could be small. But we have to remember that the small things are what make up the big things. The threads in our sheets, in our bed sheets, the threads in our clothes. They're tiny, they're thin, but when they're put together, they make something beautiful. Just like the cells in our bodies, they are microscopic, tiny, but when they're brought together, they make an amazing thing, don't they? Okay. This is my favorite part. Shuffling. You are a light in the dark. That one's pretty self-explanatory. You can light up the world just by a smile, just by a look, just by a kind hello. I think the common theme here is the little things, the details making a big difference. You are a light in the dark. You are a star in the sky. And even if you don't believe it, I believe it, and I'm telling you now, you are a light be open to teach. Be open to teach. Out the lighting. So, everybody has something to teach, and everybody has something to learn. So when we open ourselves up to teaching others, we allow ourselves to contribute to the world, even if it's a tiny detail. Like, for example, you run into somebody who's having trouble tying their shoes, and you say, "Oh, I know how to tie shoes." So you offer your help. That's being open to teach. And that's a very good thing, I think, anyway. And even if you're shy, being open to teach somebody something helps with that shyness, because it takes you out of your comfort zone. And being able to come out of your comfort zone is a good thing, because it helps you grow. Growing is better than staying still and stagnant and stuck in one place, in my opinion anyway. So I also want to say, being open to teach can also be just being open to share your views and your perspective on something. Because nobody sees the world through you the way you do. Everybody is unique. So if you're open to sharing how you see the world, how you see certain things, you are showing others a new perspective. Something to ponder. Okay. I'm gonna dig out the bottom. See what comes out. You are intuitive. You are intuitive. Now, intuition, being intuitive, is just following that gut instinct, listening to that feeling that seems to come from a very deep place, and it seems to be immediate as well. So when I say you are intuitive, it's because you are connected to that higher knowledge that we all carry inside our bodies. Do you ever wonder how some people, when they fall, they catch themselves? That is your body, intuitively, instinctively knowing how to regain balance without you actually doing anything. Because your mind is not involved in that process. Your body just does it. One time, I was at a concert. Actually, I was at Sasquatch Music Festival at the Gorge in Washington. And I forget what the band is called now. Something from above. Oh, I can't remember now. But anyway, they're very heavy. It's like heavy rock. So my friends and I were down where by the stage where the mosh pits start, and the show was about to start, and something inside me was like, get out, leave. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here. So I go to leave, tell my friends I'm leaving with no explanation. And the bouncer's like, you can't come back. And I'm like, that's okay, I don't want to. So I go off. I walk up the hill and I watch it start. And I just watch my friend disappear. Just this ocean of people mosh pitting. And it turns out that she had to be carried out, like pushed out by her friend over the fence because it was too violent, and she's super tiny like me. She's like 5'2", and she lost her shoes. So that was my intuition saying, this is not where you should be, get out. And I did, and I'm so glad I did. So I'm sure you might have a story like that. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell if it's your mind or your intuition speaking. But usually your intuition is something that you feel, not something that you think, and there's no emotion attached to it. Like with intuition, I feel like there is an emotion attached to it. Anyway, so you are intuitive, and even if you don't believe you are, I believe you are, and I'm telling you now. Knitting shuffle. I'm not looking. Excuse me. Enjoy the beauty in life. Enjoy the beauty in life. This can be as simple as looking out the window and seeing what you see, especially if you are close to nature. And it doesn't have to be a physical thing either. Enjoying the beauty in life can also be enjoying the moments in your life that bring you joy, love, fulfillment, inspiration. That is beauty. So this message just reminds us to take a moment to slow down and enjoy it. It's like when you go to a concert. You don't rush to get out of there. You go, you sit down, you wait, you listen, you see, you dance, you sing, you cheer. You're enjoying the moment. You're enjoying the beauty. So, as you, next time you see something or experience something beautiful, slow down and enjoy it. Take it all in. Bask in the beauty of it. Those sprinklers are loud. Okay. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. 2 more is 8, and I wanted to do a special 888 video for the Lionsgate portal, the 88. I'm sure you've heard of it, and for those who don't know, it is an astrological, or maybe even astronomical, alignment of the star Sirius, Orion, and the Earth aligning. So the pyramids of Giza right now are aligned with Sirius, and that's a very powerful time. As I've heard, that was when the Nile flooded, so it brought much abundance agriculturally. But anyway, 2 more for my lovely friends. Okay. Your mind was given for you to use, not for it to use you. And that's a big truth. Your mind was given for you to use, not for it to use you. Now, everybody has been used by their mind, that's for sure, including me. So it's important to know that you are not your mind, that you can control it. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's the truth. It's not impossible to stop your thoughts. I remember one time I was laying in bed and I was having a panic attack. Like my body was shaking uncontrollably. My breath was short, my heart was pounding, and I have a Om painting on my wall, and I just remember like staring at it and zoning out about it, and then my panic attack stopped for a second, and it was like time slowed down. And then when I regained consciousness, my panic attack started again. But that moment made me realize I don't have to go through this. And of course, there's so much more to that. Because panic attacks are indicative of needing to heal unresolved trauma and all of that. But at that moment, I knew that with effort, I could control that, and I didn't have to be a victim to it. And that was probably 8 to 10 years ago now, so I'm happy to say that panic attacks are not a thing for me anymore. After a lot of self-reflection, a lot of healing, bringing emotions up, ugly crying, but very ugly crying, like wailing and screaming. I'm laughing now, but it wasn't funny when it was happening, okay? So, yeah. Just remember, your mind was given for you to use as a tool, not for it to use you. Your mind is not your master. You are not a slave to it. You are the master. And your mind is obedient, loyal servant. It's a nice way to put it. Okay. One more. Let's give it a good shuffling. One more. Okay, what we got? You are connected. You are connected. And when I wrote this, I thought about how all of us are energetically connected to Mother Earth and the cosmos, and connected to ourselves, our bodies, our minds. And we are connected to each other as well. As cheesy as that sounds, just ask Pocahontas, okay? She says it in her song, how does it go? And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. So, I know I sound a little bit crazy right now, but it's true, even if you don't believe it, even if you deny it. There are tethers that connect us all energetically, and if we could see energy, you would see that we are. So this can also mean that you are connected to yourself, your higher knowing, your higher self, your intuition. You're connected to the infinite knowledge, infinite love, infinite abundance. You are connected to that. And if we take time out of our day to reflect on that and say, I am connected. And even if you say, maybe I am connected, because you still doubt it, it will open yourself up to things that you never knew, you never thought possible. And you will never know if I'm right or not if you don't try it. So I invite you to take some time, maybe just at night. That night is the only time I really have to myself to say, maybe I am connected, and see what happens. Okay, so those are the 8 messages, affirmations I have for you for this beautiful Lionsgate portal 888, and it's 888 this year because the month is 8, the day is 8, and the year is 8 because 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. So 888 is a master number, and I can tell you what master numbers mean, but you'll have to give me a second to look it up. So maybe I'll just put it in the description. Okay. Thank you for joining me, for letting me show you my artwork and letting me share a few of my messages and